And now you are here. You are so careful that you accept that as you move forward, the trees and the forest beside you, they are always watching, moving with you. And in that, you don't get caught up in your thoughts. To understand the trees, to understand the forest, for you accept that you are always walking with them. For you accept that there is no change whatsoever that can remove what moves with you. But in the state of experiencing and listening to the trees and observing the thoughts without even trying to control them, that is freedom. For we don't control the outside events. The perception of the outside events is what gives us freedom or what enslaves us. For we all understand that when it comes to the law of polarity, you have no control. You have no power whatsoever. She's not aware of this. See, she is in a different frequency, meaning she's seeking to explore, to reinforce power and control that doesn't exist to someone who understands their state of being. And you are among the 1% who understands that. For her, she knows she is in control. And that enslavement, that is a consciousness that is not going to end anytime soon. See, when we move forward, we are always calculating to come up with the best form possible of getting and seeking an answer from what we think we know. Yet, we know nothing. But we believe in our assumptions and our perceptions so much and so hard that we can't let go. Yet, when it comes to the law of polarity, we can easily let go to what we don't know. For not knowing that you don't know, it is the knowing. But when you know, that is when everything crumbles the quickest. And every tree, every forest catches up with you instantly. And that is the law of polarity. That is when everything that you have been seeking for finally catches up with you. Not to be experienced, not for freedom, but just to give you a perception that you have been seeking for. And build a cage that defines safety. And in that, there is no freedom. For you have instantly blocked yourself. So we think we have control and power. But that is when we stop inquiring. And when we stop inquiring, that is exploring everything without division, but acceptance of what exists, is when freedom is. But the self thinks is always seeking for freedom, for finding answers after building bridges and reinforcing a perception on a reality that doesn't really exist when we break the bridges. And accept that it's always there. It will always be here. And moving forward, it will forever exist. Not to be changed, not to be modified, but to be explored and experienced, for the self to know that this state of being exists. And as long as we don't seek control and power, we are always free. As long as we don't expect a specific result, we are always free. And we don't expect to be free because we analyze everything the speaker is communicating. No. For listening to this, it doesn't give you freedom. It doesn't give you answers. We have to accept that the now doesn't exist to someone who is always seeking power and control. For we are always modifying the past to the present towards the future. In that we expect a specific result that communicates safety. Does it really? When we all know, when it gets what it thought will create safety, it will eventually disregard it to get something better. For in that, it is breeding conflict. In that, it is seeking control. And in that, it's not aware that it is calculating and coming up with the best definition of a state that it is in. That state doesn't need explanation. It just needs to be there. Observed, listen to, be very careful that he doesn't analyze every observation. For in that is when the trees and the forest besides you instantly catches up with you. And that is the trap that she has been seeking for. For that is when she comes running. Hi stranger, how have you been? For when she said that she will measure you in the best way possible, she has finally done it. She's finally reaching out. After posting on her status with a manufactured photo, with that one guy, with a caption, having fun with friends. Yet in that, it's just a performance. That is what catches up with you. When she said she will measure you in the best way possible, this is what she meant. For the trap is working on you. The forests, the trees, they are all catching up with you without even you realizing. For you think you have the control. You got excited, dopamine chemicals hitting. In that instantly you respond. Excited, thinking she finally cared. She is in love. She has changed. No, she hasn't. It is the best way for her to modify her system. It is the best trap according to her system. She's living, moving, reacting, reaching out, depending on her system that she is living off of. For you, you abandon the nature of the oneself. You get caught up on the way. You started analyzing, questioning. You wanted answers, and you are seeking answers. And this is the wake-up call for you to accept that you don't panic. You just name it. This consciousness exists. This state of being exists. I was here.